Yo boys, it's Dart back at you again. Trying to be a little bit more upbeat this video. Haven't had the best week, but still want to talk to you guys about a couple of cool things. First off, I think I've found a steady upload schedule. Every day on Instagram, every other day on YouTube is what I'm going to be trying to stick to. I'll throw something up on my Instagram story if I end up missing a post for either one that day. Appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me on both platforms. You guys are awesome. The videos you guys have asked for are on their way, both the Mozu nuke and the specialist guides. Today is just going to be a discussion on meta abuse. The gameplay you guys are going to have in the background is a 60 kill hardpoint game with the Titan, which is considered to be one of the most meta LMGs in this game. Even though almost all the LMGs in this game are considered extremely solid, this is the most widely used one because it's the easiest to use. In my opinion, the Tiger Shark is the best, tied with the Hades, but with the Hades it's really weird, you have to use the operator mod. So with this Titan gameplay, you guys are just going to see what it looks like when I'm just playing with a couple of buddies. I'm playing with Cyber from my Instagram, shout out to you, brother. I'm playing with my homie, Crisis, shout out to you, bro. And one other, guy, I'm not 100% sure who it was. It was my buddy Psycho Wolf, that's who it was. Shout out to him on my Instagram, and he was in the comment section of the last YouTube video as well. You guys are all awesome. So, with meta abuse, I just wanted to talk about a few things. How meta abuse can make a game less fun, and how having better and worse weapons creates a better sandbox in the game's environment. When you have a better sandbox and there's more weapons to use and different ways to use them, the game is more fun. And different weapons do need to have different strengths and weaknesses. But there eventually becomes power creep, which is when guns added later into the game, or DLC guns, are better than, just straight up better than the original guns that they are the most similar to. The examples I'm going to use are the SDM and the Vendetta, and then the KN and the Peacekeeper. The KN is statistically just a worse Peacekeeper. Some people may prefer the feel of it, but if the number one best KN player and the number one best Peacekeeper player 1v1'd each other, then that 1v1 would always end up with the Peacekeeper player winning, assuming they both had the best attachments for each of the respective guns. Along with the SDM and the Vendetta has a higher fire rate, larger ammo capacity, faster reload, better mobility than the SDM, and it still has that same one-shot headshot. The only advantage the SDM has is it has the ability to two-shot buddy shot that the Vendetta does not, but that is not very good due to the very low fire rate of the SDM. The Vendetta still kills a lot quicker. So, in this current meta in Black Ops 4, you guys need to understand the best options. It is always better to have a Peacekeeper or VMP in 95% of the gunfights you guys are going to be in. If you have a Peacekeeper or a VMP, you are going to win most situations. But then you'll always run into those extremely close or extremely long-range gunfights where you'll get beat out by either a sniper or a shotgun. But anything else in between, Peacekeeper or VMP will put you at the highest advantage. Another gun that is very weirdly not meta, but extremely frustrating, examples of these guns would be the Flashlight Shotgun, the Dragon Breath Mog, and the Micro MG, along with the Oppressor Titan. These are not statistically the best loadouts for the gun, but due to the abilities they put on the opponents when you are using them, i.e. the blinding of the Flashlight Shotgun, the insta-kill possibility of the Micro MG past the wind-up time, and the Oppressor Titan being able to shake the enemy scream, and then the Mog allowing you to kill an enemy while not shooting them, are all extremely frustrating. And these give you the advantage of creating tilt. Tilt is when you frustrate an enemy team to a point where they are not on top of their game anymore. It's kind of a metaphor for being on top of a mountain on a plank. When you're on top of your game, you're completely stable, you have everything under control. Tilted, someone comes along and pushes you. It's just annoying, it's not a big deal. If you're good enough, you can come back and restabilize yourself. But if enough frustrating things keep happening, the tilt will slowly push you to the side and you'll start falling off your game. The weapons I mentioned earlier are extremely good at tilting players, but not good at many other things, making them Not very good weapons, but extremely effective in the right situations. And these are the kind of weapons that most people consider gay or annoying or fucking stupid, which I do as well. And I think they do have their place in a video game, but as many of them as there are in Black Ops 4, I definitely think they need to be toned down quite a bit. The ones that I think are fair, or the most fair, are probably the MOG 12 operator mod and then the flashlight shotgun, because those both have extremely small ranges of effectiveness. Does that make them bad guns? No. It makes them niche guns, which is very good for the amount of frustration they cause the people they're playing against them with. Again, this does not make them good for you to use every game. I recommend having a class for them where, i.e., an enemy, for example, pulls out a flashlight shotgun, you are able to do the same with either a micro MG or an oppressor titan to be able to counter their what's called a pocket pick in most competitive games. It's a niche strategy which works in very specific situations. In this situation, they're just trying to make you angry, kill you off your streak, which in the end won't ruin your game, but will make it harder for you and your team if a worse player kills you by using something extremely frustrating. Again, these things have a place in this game, but need to be toned down. The flashlight shotgun should not take away people who play with aim assist. The oppressor titan shouldn't shake your screen if they're not hitting you. The MOG 12 has been nerfed to a point where it's okay, and I think the micro MG just shouldn't be in the game. Fuck the micro. If you use the micro, eat my cum, faggot, because you obviously don't like pussy. But these, again, have a place, but there is a difference between being able to stun someone momentarily or kill them when you hit 90% of your damage on someone and then sacrifice a bunch of perks to make sure you're able to kill them with Dragon's Breath, to insta-killing them without them even being able to respond with the micro MG. That gun is a lot less fun to play against than the Dragon Breath MOG. While both are frustrating, the level of frustration is vastly different. And I think, well, my opinion does not matter as much as a game developer's. As someone who's put enough time into both Rainbow Six Siege and Call of Duty to have over 9,000 hours playing video games, I think it would be fair of me to say I know what's fun and what's not fun in first-person shooters. I would never claim that in a battle royale shooter necessarily, but I would claim that for arcadey or competitive first-person shooters on console, I know what's fun and what's not. What allows competitive regiments and uncompetitive gameplay where casual players can succeed has to overlap to some regard. Or else you'll get a Valorant situation where you have 10 people extremely interested and ready to drop $10,000 on the game, but then you have 100 people who don't give a fuck about it. But if you go the exact opposite side of what is practically the political spectrum of video games, you get Fortnite. You get 110-year-olds screaming about it, and then those 10 people who were ready to drop $10,000 on the other game would rather kill themselves than be associated with this one. So the need to find that balance is very difficult, and I understand that. But having those picks in your game makes it extremely frustrating. And I need you guys to understand, every time you pull out a flashlight shotgun or use a Dragon Breath MOG or a micro MG, you're making someone else's day worse. But they deserve it if they used it first. So use it as insults in an argument. Never bring it out first, because it makes you look extremely immature and as a worse player. 100% of the time, I have 1v1 someone who's using a micro MG or a flashlight shotgun. I have won, whether it be on my servers or theirs, because I'm a better player. I don't have to use those things to win. They had to pull that out first to win against me. But if I see an enemy pull out a micro MG or a flashlight shotgun, so will I. If they're prepared to ruin my day in order to win a video game, then I'm prepared to ruin their week. And I hope you guys start to take this mentality of, I'm having fun, but I'm not doing it at other people's expense. And I love all you guys. Thanks for listening and watching today. Final score is 60-10 on Jungle Flooded, with an FMJ2, stock, and quick draw Titan. Super easy to use. My perks are Gung Ho, Flak Jacket, along with Stim Shot for equipment. I believe in this gamer charge,